Good morning, everyone. We are up in upstate New York doing a little camping. Figured I would do a quick tour before I do a longer video and just show you what the accommodations are like in Allegheny State Park. So let me turn this around. So that's our little cabin, and it's really beautiful up here. This is our campfire area where we did our cooking. And one of the cool things about getting a cabin is that we can actually charge our vehicle at night, which is always nice. But if you know anything about charging a Tesla with a mobile charger, you get about 10% if you charge it overnight. So, it's just a little top off, but it's free electricity. So this is more glamping. We're not in tents, which is fine by me. Sleeping on the ground is not something I really enjoy anymore. But, so, you have a little cabin and, tiny bed, horrible sleep because we throw our sleeping bags on the bed and sleep that way. So I've had a couple of nights of suboptimal sleep, and today is the worst day, which is packing up day. It's always more stuff to pack up somehow than you brought. I don't know how that works, but we had a nice couple of days with the dogs up in the mountains. I'll tell a little more about Allegheny State Park on the next video. I just wanted to grab a quick video of the cabin, but we're packing up and got to get rid of our garbage and clean up the place for the next group of people that come through. But really cool experience up here. One weekend a year they do a bunch of outdoor events, survival classes. We did falconry, which was a new experience for me. I'm trying to talk quietly because it's kind of early and the cabins are close to one another. I don't want to wake anyone up. But I'll tell more about the experience, but I just wanted to grab some footage of the cabin itself before we head on out of here and make our way back to New Jersey. We have about a 6.5 hour drive back. On the way here, we were able to do some light off-roading, which was somewhat unintentional because we routed through some really unfinished roads, and I'm talking I don't think a normal car would have gotten us through, but that's the nice thing about having a truck. 100% my last vehicle would not have made it through that few miles of pretty rough, destroyed gravel, pitched, washed out roads. So the truck is completely covered in mud, which is, fine. I mean, I beat the heck out of this truck. I mean, if there's any, case study for abusing a Cybertruck, it should be me. Tesla should study my usage on this vehicle. But we had a really, really nice weekend. Not too hectic. I mean, you could go overboard. There's a million classes you can sign up for and go do. So we looked at the schedule and we basically decide, which classes are interesting to us, and we go and do those. And we're not too stressed out. You can come up here and be like hectic and running from class to class, and but some of the classes are interesting, some of the classes are not. So you pick and choose. But beautiful up here, especially this weekend. We hit the weather perfectly. It was in the 40s at night, in the 50s during the day, so a little chilly. We did have a couple of travel snafus. Mainly, we were trying to arrange, all the stuff in the back of the truck. And here it comes. Here comes the baby. Hi. Hi, sweetie. And you. You. Hi, girls. You want to stay forever? You love it up here? No, so my one travel issue was we got up here, I'm starting to unpack, and I realized that my suitcase with all of my clothes is not in the truck. And what happened was we were rearranging the layout in the back of the truck before we left, and somehow my suitcase didn't make it back into the truck, which was sitting in my driveway, and my neighbor very nicely went out there for us and brought it in the house. So I was up here with no clothes. There is the child. Good morning.
Good morning.
How did you sleep? Yeah? You ready to go on a hike?
Did you go yet?
No, I didn't go yet.
No.
I'm just doing a quick video. Yeah, so I had to take a little drive and go get some clothes because all I had was what was on my back. So, that's, a little unfortunate, but, we survived. I ended up buying some of the essentials for the weekend, which, is, I bought more than I needed, actually, so I'm bringing back some new clothes that I didn't need. So, we'll take some more footage later, but I gotta help pack up. But I hope everybody's doing great, and I'll continue this video in segments because we're gonna grab a little bit of time here and there, and we want to fire up the drone and get some drone shots. So yeah, I got it. Okay, hope everybody's doing great. We'll see you on the next clip, and I guess this video will continue for a little while because we're gonna stop and start. We've got to take showers and drop off our garbage, and then we're gonna go on a hike. So all right, see ya. All right, so we're almost packed up. Man, what an endeavor it is to pack and unpack, and then we got to get home and unpack there. But we're almost done. We're gonna do one more hike before we leave. There's something called the firehouse that we want to hike up to with the dogs. I want to get some drone footage because I brought the drone, and when you go on these camping trips, you always think like, oh, there's gonna be time for this and that, and there's never enough time to just kind of do your own thing because this is a family trip, so I haven't had a lot of personal time. But that's okay. It was really fun. My son had a lot of fun. And, we're going to pack up, do our final hike, get on the road, do our 6.5 hours. The whole way here, I didn't touch the wheel at all. It was fantastic. We just kind of cruised and enjoyed the view. And full self-driving is really great on long trips. You just kind of chill out. I put it in Mad Max mode, and this thing drives like a beast, and got us here in record time. The only time I had to touch the truck was when I had to pull over to charge. We charged twice on the way for about 20 minutes each time, which was perfect because we had to make stops anyway to stretch and go to the bathroom and let the dogs out. And so these long road trips in a Tesla, really not a problem. I know that's a lot of concern that people have with Teslas and electric cars in general, but I have never had a different electric car. Tesla's the only cars I've driven that are electric, but I've taken Model S's on long road trips, and now this on long road trips, and it's it's perfect because you want to stop every few hours anyway to stretch and go to the bathroom and eat and whatever. So anyway, not a Tesla video. This is more of actually just a life video because this is my first trip post my last eye surgery, and I'm 20/20 in both eyes, and I can't begin to tell you, how grateful I am when I go on a trip like this, and it's out in the beautiful wilderness, and there's bird viewing expeditions and all this stuff, and you can see everything. I mean, the biggest takeaway from this trip, other than it just being a fun getaway, is that I am so grateful for my current state of vision, having gone through what I went through. And I am just so happy to be able to enjoy these experiences. We were out on this beautiful lake, and I could see everything, every detail. Just a month ago with that cataract in my left eye, I would have had a diminished experience here. So I feel like I got the most out of this experience, and I'm leaving here feeling incredibly blessed and incredibly grateful um, for modern medicine. And sometimes you got to go through bad stuff to appreciate the good stuff. So when you're in the middle of a rough time, or some of you who are in the middle of a rough time with your eyes or whatever in life, just know that going through that stuff, when you come out on the other side, you have a newfound appreciation for the simple things in life, and life is just so beautiful when you're healthy. And without your health, and that's um, the primary source of enjoyment. Your health. So if you're in the middle of an eye surgery, I know a lot of you are, recovery, all that stuff, you'll get through it, and hopefully you get to a state where, even if you're not peak capacity that you were before, because I know I'm not, but I'm just about there, and I'm very, very, very lucky to be in this state. And I know that some people don't have as good of results, but we have to be grateful for the fact that we have modern medicine that can work these miracles. And here I am in a couple of months going to turn 50, and all this eye stuff started at 47. And just imagine the past 3 years. I could have been blind. It could have been sightless these past 3 years, and I'm not. I'm out here in the wilderness enjoying life, and so grateful. So I'm gonna do some drone footage because I brought the drone. I want to use it. I'll be damned if I'm gonna leave here and not get some good drone footage. So I might throw that in at some point. There's a really nice overlook over here. This is a huge state park. If you're in the area, I mean, I see license plates from all over the country here. There's people from Florida, um, just Pennsylvania, all over the place. But this is like an upstate New York campground. Huge, huge, huge mountain with all different sections of cabins, and they do a really great job. This particular weekend, every year, they bring in all of these specialists, falconers, survivalists, um, bushcrafting, gardening. Like the list of classes you can take is long, and every day is broken down, and you can pick and choose where you want to go. But it is a little, it's not camping because I've been sleeping on the floor out in 20-degree weather camping. This is not that. You rent a little cabin. We rented one that had 2 rooms this year because we had some other people from the family drive in, and so it's not it's not rough camping, but it gives you that camping experience, and that's perfect for me at this age, because I'm not, like, unless I'm in some really wild area that's worth it. I'm not sleeping in a tent at this stage in my life, unless unless there's an apocalypse and I have to. But really nice getaway. I hope everybody's doing great. I'm getting ready for the SpaceX IPO. So I don't know if anyone's following that, but very exciting. SpaceX is going to go public. SpaceX, wait, right there, that Starlink saved our butts this weekend. It's a creature comfort, but you want to hop online and get connected. There is zero signal out here. My phone has Verizon and T-Mobile on the same phone, so I can hop between networks if I need to have coverage, because I always have to be connected. But out here, there is no signal. You could pick up a little signal here and there, but for the most part, you are disconnected. And when I needed to, I fired this thing up and connected to SpaceX, and we had satellite internet in the truck. Basically, the truck was our internet base station, and I was able to get online and do a couple of financial things this weekend in preparation for the SpaceX IPO. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what happens with that. It's exciting. It's a new company coming out that's going to change the world, and they're already changing the world. And here I am as a consumer, loving everything SpaceX does, and I'm in I'm in the tech industry, so I love tech stuff. So that's why I love this truck. That's why I love Tesla. Tesla's been great for me financially, and we'll see what this IPO is for SpaceX, because it's a whopper. It's like the biggest $1.7 trillion IPO. When Tesla went public, it was in low billions, low billions. So this is a monster IPO. So we'll see. Is it exit liquidity for the rich people who invested in SpaceX years ago, and this stock is going to crater for the next few years? Or is it the opportunity of a lifetime, and it's going to blast off like one of the SpaceX rockets, and this is the time to get in? I don't know. $10,000 into Tesla when they went IPO is worth $3.85 million today. So is this another opportunity to jump on the Elon train and make some money, generational wealth? I don't know. We'll have to watch. But I like being involved in these things because I follow that industry closely, and I follow technology closely. And I think that it's going to be a very, very interesting one to follow. So anyway, enough about Tesla and SpaceX. We're going to go on our final hike, and I'm going to get some drone footage. It's a beautiful day. The weather has been perfect. Perfect. 50s. I mean, you don't want to be up here when it's 90. It's miserable. And you don't want to be up here when it's raining. And it's doing neither of those things. So what a great weekend. Hope everybody's doing great. Stay tuned for the drone footage. We're going to get some good shots, and then we're going to get on the road and cruise back to Jersey. All right, thanks everybody. Bye. All right, so here is a quick little attempt to capture one of our scenic overlook spots in Allegheny, and this is pretty decent footage. I was hoping the drone would go higher, but it captures just how beautiful this space is here. But the drone was not behaving, so this is the best I could do. So, all right. And this is why you try to get away a little bit. Look at this view. Unbelievable. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna go on our final hike. All right, time traveling. It's the next morning. It's super early. I went to the gym this morning despite getting less than 5 hours of sleep. We got home much later than expected. There was a massive accident on Route 80 out in Pennsylvania, and the traffic was dead stopped for hours. We ended up doing an illegal U-turn going west back the other way, away from New Jersey, and routing through some pretty remote areas of Pennsylvania. So not a great trip home. So we were very tired last night, but what a great trip. I got up early this morning and hit the gym because now that my eye surgeries are over and I've been recovering from my last surgery for over 3 weeks, I'll do another video on that this week, just to follow up on what that process has been like. But I'm cleared to go back to lifting, and I'll tell you, after 3.5, 4 weeks of not lifting, it's tough to get back into the grind. It's tough to get up in the morning, and it's tough to get to the gym, but it's even tougher to push weight after such a long break. So it takes some time to get back into the swing of things, but today was a good shoulder day, and feel my strength coming back, even though I'm extremely depleted, haven't slept well all weekend, and then obviously last night I got like almost half the sleep I should have. But I hope everybody's doing great. This was such a nice trip because it reminded me what's important in life is just being fit and capable and able to go into these remote areas if you want to, just be able to do what you want and feel free. And that was my overwhelming takeaway from this trip, was a return to freedom from this eye surgery journey that I've been on for 3 years. So I came home last night, was frustrated because it was a long drive, then had to unpack everything and got to bed kind of late, but as I was going to sleep, I was so happy to be back in my bed, happy to be home, and just happy to have been able to have a nice experience, you know, and not feel handicapped for the first time in a while. So that was really nice, and I think I won't be going camping for a while. I think our next trip will probably be something a little more laid back and maybe a little warmer, possibly with a beach. But it's happy to, I'm happy to be back, and I hope everybody's doing great. I just wanted to film a quick closer because I didn't want to end the video with, just that drone footage that you just saw. So, I do have to learn more about that drone. I'm terrible at it. It's an automated drone, so you let it go and it kind of does its thing. It's pre-programmed. It's not like you don't fly it. And of course, I didn't read the manual, so we just fire it up and switch through the modes and see what looks the best. But I wanted it to go really high and get like a panorama from very high because, it's just beautiful. And then as I was driving home, I was like, oh man, there were so many places I could have just shot that drone up to capture how beautiful it is up there. Old cottages and, just gorgeous. If you ever have a chance to visit Allegheny State Park, if you're in the area, take a drive, and it's just, there's some really beautiful areas. There's cabins, obviously, and there's a huge lake you can go out on, and really nice people. A lot of like the granola people, out, doing nature stuff, and I like those people. In chunks. A weekend chunk is great, but I'm happy to be back. And now I got to go in and have some breakfast and get ready to catch up on everything I missed at work because I was disconnected this weekend, and I took Friday off pretty much as I was driving. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing great. Gonna do a video on the cataract surgery, where my eyesight is, and then I have another one ready to go of everything I do for my health protocol. Supplements, things like that. My wife's gonna kill me if I don't take that video soon because I have everything out on the kitchen counter because there's a lot of stuff I take. So she's like, what is going on with all this stuff on the counter? So I have to do that video or I'm gonna be, sleeping in the basement. So anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.